Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Before I go any further, let me get you to subscribe if you have not done that. Click your notification bell if you have not done that. And at the end of this video, you can leave a comment down below and also share it. Alright, so in this video, I have tips for new teachers. So these are some things that I find very important, some things that you could be thinking about this summer while you're at home thinking about what is it that I need to be doing. There's things I can't sit here, I need to be doing something. I know that feeling. I'm coming up on year number 20 and will probably be my last year. So I just kind of want to leave some things here on YouTube that you can reference and other people can reference as well. So not to prolong this video any longer, because you know me, I like to be short and sweet. The first tip I have for new teachers is to not spend an excessive amount of money on your classroom. It's not about the decoration. I know you want things to be matchy-matchy. I know I did too. But you may need to see if there's funds available at your school. See if PTO has a fund for teachers when it comes to buying things for the classroom. You may have an allocation. You may want to check to see if you are afforded an allocation each year. Check to see what's in the classroom. So you may want to do those things, maybe set a budget so that you don't overspend. So I think that is something very important. You do not want to spend an exuberant amount of money on your classroom decorating, because it's not about the decoration. Tip number 2 is, how are you going to communicate with your parents? You may want to start thinking about that now. At the beginning of the year, it's very important that you reach out to all of your parents and, you know, just tell them a little about yourself and say something nice about their child. You may want to make a plan to do 3 a night, 4 a night, depends on how many students you have. But that's very important. Think about how you are going to communicate with your parents, and do communicate with them as quickly as you can. I try and get my parents in at the beginning of the year. Before I get them in, I try to have had some kind of line of communication, have communicated with them in some way before I even do that. That's very important, because later on in the year, you don't want that first thing that you call your parent for to be something negative, something that needs to be corrected when it comes to their child. All right, number 3, don't hang around people that are negative. When I first started teaching, I think my principal used to say something like, hang around balcony people. So yeah, you don't want to hang around people that will bring you down, make you feel bad, talk about our profession. No, you don't want to do that. Don't start. There's a lot of things that go on in my school that I don't even know. Somebody will say, did you know such a... No, I didn't even know that. That's because they know not to come to me with anything negative. I do not want to hear it. The 4th tip that I have for new teachers, and I am looking down, so I apologize for that. I wrote these things down so that I could remember them. Think about your classroom management style. How do you want to handle your classroom management? That could be Class Dojo. You could have our system where they can clip down and clip up. So think about your classroom management system, and then if it's something that needs to be made, maybe they'll pull a card. You could start working on that this summer while you're home before school even gets started. I'm going to go ahead and skip to my very last one. I'm not sure how many of these things I have on here. No, let me just stay in order. This is number 5. Take time to think about your rules, your procedures, and your routines. So as soon as it comes to you, you want to jot it down, write it down on something, you know, because you could be going about doing different things and you think, oh, I need to teach that. So go ahead and write it down. Make your list of rules, procedures, and consequences that need to be taught. There are some that are on Pinterest. You can Google some as well. Number 6, document everything. I have a desk calendar that I'd like to document everything on. I find that my planner is just a little harder to take out and document things in. So I have a desk calendar on my desk that I document a lot of things on. And so think about how you want to document your day, things that are important. If nothing happened that needs to be documented, just put uneventful day. That was number 6. Number 7, make a copy of things that you have to turn in. If you're turning in anything to the office, if you're giving anything to one of your coaches, to the principal, make sure you have a copy of it before you turn it in. Number 8, get to know your curriculum. That's something that's very important. Go on the website and pull it up, and you can make a friendlier version of it if you like, so that you can understand everything that is on there. Also, sometimes there's a standard and there are bullets up under that standard, so you need to just familiarize yourself with the curriculum for your district, your state, and your grade level. Number 9, make sure you overplan every day. Have more than enough, because you don't want to get through something real quick and not have anything else planned. Be flexible. You know, in this era of COVID-19, you have to be very flexible. So teaching profession is a profession that where you just have to be able to turn on a dime. You'll be doing something one way one day. Before the end of the day, it could change. I used to say from year to year it change. From now, it's from day to day it changes, or it'll change in the middle of that day. So make sure you are very flexible. I'm sure you were taught that early on in college as well. Number 11, don't make a habit of staying at school late and getting there early every day. And another video that I made about, what was that other video I did interview questions, and I did some do's and don'ts. So that's one of the things that's in my video on don'ts. And if you've not seen that video or those videos, I will make sure that I link them so that you can see them above and below as well. So use your planning time wisely so that you don't have to be at school early every day and stay late. I think I was about to say at the beginning of the school year now, you know, there's a lot of T's that have to be crossed and I's that have to be dotted, and you may want to stay a little later a few days of the week. You don't want to do it every day. Don't even get into that habit, but make good use of your planning time and your music time, your art time. If you don't have your students for lunch and there's some extra minutes in that, you want to make good use of that time. Don't waste that time. It's very precious, very valuable. I think this is number 12 if I have not miscounted. So number 12, it's okay to make mistakes. Just know that it's okay to make mistakes. That's why there are erasers on pencils. That's why you can always apologize and say, I'll do better next time. But just know it's going to be okay. And if you don't know, don't be afraid to say you don't know. Now, this is something that I wish I had done. And I'm sure I probably did it my first year, but I don't know where they are. And I know there are maybe a few that are in my desk, but not a lot. I wish this was something that I had done every year, but I didn't. Take lots of pictures. Take pictures. And I know the way phones are, you can just pull them out and take a very good picture. But when I started teaching years ago, 20 years ago, you know, it wasn't that easy to pull out something and just snap a picture of like it is now. So take lots of pictures, because right now, if this is going to be my last year, I wished I had pictures I could go back and look at from each year, but I don't. So make sure you take lots of pictures. And if I'm not mistaken, this is number 14. Now, if you've seen any of my other teaching vlogs, you know how I feel about a to-do list. Make sure you keep a functioning to-do list. Now, just write it down and never cross out anything and never add back to it or never start over again. Make sure your to-do list, you jot down everything that you need to do and you cross it out as you do and keep adding things. So make it a functioning to-do list, because I couldn't do it without a good to-do list. All right, so this is a bonus here. Your goal for that very first day of school is to make sure every one of your little kiddos make it home safely the way they're supposed to get there. So make sure if a parent comes up and says, you know, where's Kim? You can say, Kim went home with such and such. Or Kim got in the car with, you know. So That was always my goal. If I didn't accomplish anything else, I knew that very first day of school, if everyone got home safely the way that they were supposed to, then it was a good day. I don't care if the lesson didn't go well. I don't care if I wasn't where I was supposed to be on time. My goal for that very first day of school is to make sure everyone, all of my little kiddos, arrive at home safely the way that they were supposed to. And I knew how they had gotten home. So make that a habit as well, because you never want a parent to say, where is my student? And you can't say, I don't know. That is not a good feeling as a parent. And you would want to ask your child's teacher where your child is and they don't know. So make sure you know where all your students are. And another thing that I do a lot, this is also a little bonus. Everywhere we go, I'm counting. Walking down the hall just a little bit, get to the end of the hallway, I'm counting again. Get in the cafeteria, I'm counting. Walking out to PE, I'm counting. Recess, I'm counting. In the computer lab, I'm counting. In art, I'm counting. Everywhere I go, you will see me counting. When I leave the classroom, I count. When I get to where I'm going, I count just to make sure that I have everyone that I'm supposed to have. So that's a little bonus for you. So I hope you enjoyed this video. These are some things that I felt that were important. If there is one that I'm sure I left off a lot, jot me a comment down below of something else that you think is a very important tip for a new teacher. So those were tips for new teachers. So if there's nothing else, I'm going to end this video right here, and I will see you in the next video. Infinity hugs and kisses. Bye guys.